I'm just kind of ready for the next chapter and a new challenge in my life, but I think the reason I decided to announce it when I did was just to have that closure.
Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham, and Lexie Hull shocked the world of women's basketball only moments ago with a huge announcement. Standing side by side, the three made a daring new move that nobody anticipated, transforming the league's future, inspiring fan enthusiasm, and surprising even insiders. From decisions to change careers to strong declarations of solidarity. This is a game changer, not just news. What did they say that everyone is talking about? This announcement is more significant than anyone anticipated, so stay tuned. A WNBA move that changed the game. Point 3 of the WNBA's most talked about players formed an unexpected partnership on July 8, 2025, which shocked the league. Caitlin Clark, a top draft pick in 2024 whose rookie campaign sparked a renewed interest in women's basketball across the country, teamed up with emerging star Lexie Hull of the Indiana Fever and veteran Sophie Cunningham of the Phoenix Mercury. The three of them didn't merely get together to talk informally. Behind the scenes at the Indiana Fever training facility, what insiders are referring to as an orchestrated revelation took place, igniting urgent discussions in boardrooms and locker rooms. These three come from separate teams and are at very different phases of their careers, but it's more than just personal desire that drew them together. Their unified front suggests that a much bigger movement is emerging, one that aims to change the fundamentals of women's professional basketball. This occurs at a crucial moment when the WNBA is enjoying an all-time high in viewership, sponsorship agreements, and international recognition. However, players continue to voice long-standing concerns about compensation, career length, and the economic aspect of the game behind closed doors. Clark offers unparalleled celebrity power and a surge of new fan enthusiasm. Cunningham provides the tenacity, insight, and well-deserved respect of an experienced veterinarian. Even though she is just starting out, Hull represents the potential of the league of the future. When taken as a whole, their influence suggests something more significant. Perhaps new player rights demands, better compensation plans, better working conditions, or even a new players' initiative aimed at safeguarding and advancing careers from draft day to retirement. The basketball world is keeping a close eye on them, and their timing is no coincidence. This alliance is noteworthy for bridging generational divides and team rivalries, demonstrating a degree of cohesion that may alter league decision-making. The trio's actions seem to be a cry to change how the WNBA regards its players, not only in marketing but in long-term investment, as well as a demand for opportunity and fairness. Their meeting coincides with the intensifying discussions surrounding CBA negotiations, television rights, and league expansion. These three are acting now. It's probably because they think their combined influence will finally make a difference that will benefit all parties involved, past, present, and future. The expanding impact of gamers as social advocates, brand ambassadors, and even potentially policy change makers adds urgency to this moment. In addition to attracting fans, Caitlin Clark's record-breaking TV ratings and sold-out arenas have gained corporate funding and media attention that previously eluded the league. Players' long-standing concerns about financial viability are addressed by Cunningham's years of expertise negotiating off-season contracts abroad. With her Stanford background and recent league debut, Hull also speaks for a generation that is still learning how to live a life centered around basketball. Together, they might be penning the first chapter of a new age in which awareness results in structural reform that genuinely ensures women's basketball's future in addition to sponsorships. What precisely are these celebrities intending, and might it permanently alter the WNBA? Keep an eye out. This is something you won't want to miss. As the 2025 WNBA season draws closer, excitement grows when star power meets purpose, but not only regarding rankings or scores. A different kind of game-changing momentum is subtly developing off the field. A strategy meeting involving Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham, and Lexie Hull on July 8 at the Indiana Fever training facility suggested something much more significant than a buzzer-beater victory. According to people close to the league, this triumvirate is getting ready to take a risky move that will address the underlying causes of inequality in women's professional basketball. Player pay, a persistent problem, are at the center of their cause. Even elite athletes frequently make a small portion of what their skill brings in for the WNBA, despite the league's rising popularity and media attention. That reality changed with Clark's arrival in 2024. Her presence has resulted in record-breaking merchandise sales, crowded arenas, and TV ratings that have surpassed 1 million viewers. To put it simply, Caitlin Clark has emerged as the biggest financial force in the WNBA. Nevertheless, she continues to work under a limited salary cap that undervalues her influence, much like her counterparts. Male athletes in far larger leagues are occasionally surpassed by Clark's enormous social media following and commercial reach. She has a strong voice just from that. When you combine Hull's growing power with Cunningham's leadership, you have a coalition that can take on antiquated systems. Insiders claim that their efforts may reach far beyond self-interest, raising standards for player pay, working conditions, and league-wide regulations that affect all athletes wearing WNBA jerseys, rookies or veterans, may be its goal. If they are successful, their movement may serve as a model for women's sports in the future. The timing is what gives this even greater impact. These three athletes are advancing at a time when the WNBA is most prepared for change, as the league is seeing unprecedented increases in both viewership and income. Their partnership may lead to improvements as well as a cultural change in which athletes have more influence over the game's commerce, branding, and structure. They are demonstrating that real power in sports is more than simply statistics by connecting their influence with strategic objectives. It's about altering the system for future generations. How, therefore, would this subdued movement change the rules for every WNBA player? Keep an eye out. Everything is altered by this. The movement's purpose. A more profound question starts to emerge as Caitlin Clark's every action comes under further scrutiny. How will she advance the game for everyone using this uncommon degree of influence? She did more than simply light up highlight reels. Throughout her debut season, it completely changed the WNBA's operations. However, insiders claim that Clark is now considering more than just individual records and endorsements. Her talks with Sophie Cunningham and Lexie Hull behind the scenes in Indiana seem to be setting the stage for something far more significant than individual achievements. Few women's basketball players have ever had the kind of influence Clark has thanks to her prominence on the court and in the media. She also appears to be aware that authority entails accountability. The problems are not brand new. Low pay, difficult travel circumstances, and a dearth of long-term growth assistance. However, Clark appears to view her accomplishment as a gateway rather than merely a destination based on her involvement in what may be a collaborative player-led endeavor. Sophie Cunningham, on the other hand, offers the perspective and grit of someone who has experienced every facet of the WNBA. The veteran of the Phoenix Mercury has personally witnessed how the present system drives players to choose between passion and survival, from struggling through short paychecks to spending off seasons overseas just to make ends meet. Despite playing under antiquated regulations and receiving little attention, she contributed to the league's current rise in popularity. She is positioned as a steadfast voice advocating for change that is effective in practice rather than merely on paper thanks to her international expertise and years of union agitation. Cunningham's insight and Clark's drive combine to create a unique alliance. The three of them working together could be just what the WNBA needs to turn growing attention into long-lasting change, especially since Lexie Hull is the league's future. Lastly, how did this improbable three-turn become the WNBA's greatest chance for long-term transformation? To learn more facts, keep watching The Link Between the Generations and this emerging movement. Sophie Cunningham's voice bears the burden of season after season spent pushing the boundaries of a system that frequently offered too little in return. She is more than just an experienced player who was acquired by the Indiana Fever. She contributed to the WNBA's transformation from an underappreciated sport to one that made headlines. Her appearance with Caitlin Clark is purposeful as well as symbolic. Together, they create a unique combination of momentum and legacy, a real-life illustration of what happens when past hardships are combined with promise for the future. The potential implications of this marriage are already being noted by analysts. Something significant is indicated by Cunningham's readiness to collaborate with up-and-coming talent like Clark and Lexie Hull. A generational bridge inside a league in dire need of it. It serves as a reminder that growth is about creating something stronger together rather than replacing one era with another. Hull, the Stanford standout and 6th overall pick in the 2022 WNBA draft, is another. She is intelligent enough to recognize the flaws in the system while still being young enough to continue forging her own path. She's seen firsthand what structured assistance can accomplish while attending one of the top women's basketball schools. She now shares the court with Cunningham and Clark in Indiana, bringing the voice of a new generation to the table. One that reflects the aspirations and worries of numerous young athletes attempting to establish long-term careers in a league that is still vying for full recognition. Hull is more than just a talented team. She represents change. Her choices over whether to look for stability abroad, take advantage of off-season possibilities, or fight for change at home are similar to those that many young WNBA players secretly struggle with. And her participation in this expanding project implies that those unspoken worries might at last be receiving a stronger collective voice. How, therefore, does their next move highlight the issues that countless WNBA women are dealing with in silence? Keep checking back to find out. A unified stand for long-lasting change, one voice, many travels. It's not simply the names involved that make this unfolding moment so special. It's the consistency and timing throughout the many phases of the career path.